Hello, guys and girls, ladies and boys and girls. Russia said Sweden are dreaming about a war. Sweden's preparing for war. And some of you guys, girls, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, probably say why. I don't know. Perhaps they want to stand out like the UK and America. I don't know. Saying that it's Sweden on the British side, so if something kicks off in Sweden with Russia, will the British go there to help them? Or something kicks off in our country, will the Swedes help us? Will the Ukrainians help the British and the Americans come over to England for war happens in World War III? Or will, I don't know, other allies in different countries like Norway, Finland come to the UK's aid? Will Finland go to Sweden if it kicks off with Russia? Or, like Putin said, he'll go to Finland first before he gets to Sweden. So Putin thinks that the Swedes are dreaming for a war. I don't know, that's what he said. You'll see it in the video in a minute when it plays as well. My phone's on low battery, and hopefully we'll have enough battery to talk about all this and film it all. And I can charge the phone up, as you can see from here. I've got that down there, keeping me warm. It's bloody freezing. I've had a drink of, lemon sip because I feel a bit rough because of the weather. Anyway, I'm going to put the thing on and show you. After this stupid advert, obviously. Always adverts, isn't there?
Our biggest value.
Sweden did not fight the world wars. It declared neutrality. It hasn't fought a war in 200 years. But is Sweden going to war now? The answer is yes, if you believe the country's top defense officials. They have issued a warning that war could come to Sweden and that the residents must be prepared. The announcement has left citizens spooked. Their overwhelming hotlines, panic buying food, looking up bomb shelters and slamming the government. So is Sweden really going to war, or is this just fear-mongering? And how will a country that hasn't seen conflict in 2 centuries deal with it? Our next report tells you.
On January 8th, Sweden's top defense official had an ominous warning. He said there could be war in Sweden. Carl-Oskar Bolen's statement left the audience stunned. A new warning came just days later. It was from Sweden's military chief, a man named Mikael Biden. He says all Swedes must be mentally prepared for it. In 2022, war came to the borders of Europe. Russia invaded Ukraine. 695 days later, the conflict brews on. It left the Nordic nations spooked, given their close proximity to Russia, so they opted to join the military alliance NATO. Finland became a member last year. Sweden could this year, and it hoped that would be enough. After all, Sweden hasn't been militarily aligned for the last 200 years. So it was a tough choice. But
There's a flag there, you can
for
see.
the country. But its NATO bid is stuck. It hasn't been approved yet. Sweden needs a green light both from Turkey and Hungary. So it could take some time. But the warning from the defense officials has left the country spooked. There's panic buying and frightened children, and a fierce debate over fear-mongering. Helplines in the country are overwhelmed. They have children calling and asking the same question. Will we be going to war soon? Searches for bomb shelters are up by 3,500%. Citizens are also downloading this booklet. It's called If Crisis or War Comes. It was issued during World War II. It was reissued when Russia invaded Crimea. And now citizens suddenly want it. Downloads are up by 900%. The country is also restarting its compulsory civic duty. It's a form of national service. It was abandoned after the Cold War, but now it's back. Citizens will be trained in emergency services and electricity provision. Plus, the military has changed. Not everyone is required to join the army, but a small proportion of the population will be called every year. Around 100,000 of them. Does that mean Sweden is really going to war? Well, since the Ukraine war, the situation has been tense. The NATO bid made it even more volatile. Last year, Sweden
Battery's on
arrested
15%
several
of battery, so
They were accused of spying for Russia. The country has also witnessed a surge in cyber attacks and GPS jamming incidents over the Baltic Sea. Moscow has also carried out a military exercise in the area. For a country that has not gone to war since the Napoleon era, all of these are worrying signs. But many believe it's just fear-mongering, both by the government and the army. The government has been accused of drumming up support. Meanwhile, the army have been accused of trying to raise their annual budget.
On
Of course,
50%
war is
battery.
always a possibility.
I'm talking about the
especially in
phone,
a
by the way, it's on
volatile
low
region.
battery.
But Russia has denied it has any such intentions. Moscow says Sweden just likes dreaming about war. So the prospects of any conflict are far-fetched.
There you go, Putin said it.
Even if it does break out, Finland will be first in the line of fire. So for now, nothing suggests that war is on Sweden's doorstep.
There we go. What do you think, guys, girls, ladies and gentlemen? Do you reckon war will happen sooner in Sweden? Or was it just fear-mongering, or was it just dreaming? Like I say, will the Ukrainians help the Swedes? I mean, on the same side, I don't know. Have to find a bit more about that. Or Finland or Norway will go there and help them. Something kicks off, or the UK. I mean, the Americans have got ties with them. It looks like the flags there. Anyway, thank you for joining me, and I'll catch you in the next video. Take it easy, peace. See you later.